Hey, what's happening? What's up, y'all? What it do? Welcome to the monthly Royal Key reality TV recap. It's been a minute since I've done this. It's just been a month, but I was talking to folks at work and I'm like, every month, like the last Wednesday of every month, it surprises me, it catches me off guard. I'm like, damn, what? I gotta do this. I don't have to do this, but I choose to do this. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Like I'm always, and so also I got a new computer since, OMG, hello. We got a lawyer in the house, period. Yeah. Um, I always am like rushing, LOL, looking at my friends. I have my phone off do not disturb because I'm ordering me some food to eat after the show because I need it, y'all. But anyway, I always feel like I'm underprepared. My PowerPoint presentation is from last month because I'm talking about similar shows, and so I'm just gonna have this thing up when I'm not when I don't have the show up. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Thank you. Hear ye. Welcome to the Royal Key. And without further ado, it's just me this time for Sammy. The baddest be in the building. Hopefully stay tuned. We might have a surprise for y'all. Listeners, loyal listeners. But do. Hold on, child. I'm looking for my script. Anybody who know me know I love to keep a good old nasty script. And so let's get into it. So, like I said, this is from last month. And so just life update, what I'm watching outside the reality TV, what's going on. Life update. So, I feel like what month? September. I've finally been like in LA the entire month. I feel like I traveled in June, July, and August. And I'm traveling again in October domestically. And so it feels good to be like home. You know what I mean? But I've been trying to maintain, child. It's been a lot. Like it always is. Work has been fun, but projects are booming. And I think something that I do within like my own personal life, I do hikes on Sundays by myself, and I do hikes Saturdays with friends, or like by myself, depending on who shows up on Saturday. And I do like a recap of like my month at the end of every month. And I lost my passion planner. It's in my office right now. OMG, I kind of want to do this in my office, but I'm like, I don't want to be yelling and people be like, what they talking about? But maybe, who knows? Maybe next month I'll be in my maybe next month I'll be in my office taking this. But anyway, all that to say, I didn't have my passion planner for the month of August, and so I didn't want to do like my thing for August. And I found it again. And so as I was like thinking about like my August, like I did, like I go over, there's like the people with passion planners get it. And you have to like write down like what was your highlights of the month and this, that. And like for August, I'm like, damn girl, I had nothing going on in my personal life besides work and like my trip and travels, of course. And so that made me really think like, girl, I gotta do better. I can't be having a life where all I can think about is like my work accomplishments and I have no personal accomplishments myself. I also feel like I look a mess, but girl, we here. Anybody who knows me knows I don't like having all this facial stuff on my face. Anyway, what am I watching outside of reality TV? So I'm watching a lot of, honestly, only Pokemon. I finished Pokemon Sinnoh. I finished Pokemon, girl, what's after Sinnoh? Kalos. And then now I'm on Pokemon Alola. And like it has been so, and this is what I've been doing outside of like, work and things like that. It's just like playing Pokemon in Sims, but really playing Pokemon, watching Pokemon, and like I don't know, I've been feeling really good. I've been feeling really good. Like really, people say keep in touch with your inner child. And so like I am a Pokemon Sims type of baddie. And so that's all I've been watching, unfortunately. Like I've been keeping up with things that are happening and like on shows and stuff like that here and there, but like I really have not been watching anything besides like my reality TV shows that I'm about to get into in this. And so last but not least, I wanted to get into and talk about for what's going on, Cardi B album release and all the drama with Cardi B. Like, y'all, so Cardi B released her new album. I heard it. It was really good. I wasn't like a super like I've been waiting whatever for it. Like it's good. Like if you haven't heard it, listen to it. She has the disc for JT, the disc for what's her name, Bia. What is it? Name 5 songs to your head, whatever. Boom, you're dead. Whatever it's called. Um, and so it was, it was cute, child. It did what it needed to do. I wanted to pose, but I don't know how many people are in here who are on the YouTube to like post their comments. But I'm very curious to feel like how are people feeling about like the Rap Girls album. So we have Cardi B, Am I the Drama, which honestly, also let's take a step aside to talk about like the rollout. The rollout has been phenomenal. It's been amazing. Like she's been like really doing meet and greets. She's been like really pushing, promoting this album. She's been doing commercials. She's been going on talk shows. Like this is what people say, and I don't know because I was a child when music was, whatever. But so I never saw people's rollouts. But like people are like, this is a traditional rollout. Like this is how you get fans. This is how you get people engaged. This is how you really push and promote your project. And so shout out to my girl. Like she has done a phenomenal job. And so at that alone, like you got to give her album a play. And she's making history. Like I think it's the fastest like album to go like RIAA, whatever it's called, platinum or whatever it's called. Like and the one that was before that was like Drake, but it's because she had Up and WAP, and people are like very upset and very like, that's not fair. She has da da da. It's my songs. I made them. They weren't on an album. Now they are. I'm going to do what I can to push me as far into like this history and into like all these things. Like I am a cultural moment. I am a pop icon, and you're going to recognize it. And you're going to know. And like how powerful that is. Shout out to her for that. And like, she's pregnant. She said she was pregnant, I think 2 or so weeks ago, with, is this Stephon Diggs? See, I should have did all that too. Whoever her new man is. And so a lot of people had a lot of things to say about that, about like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's pregnant. Like, yada. Which fair, like I get it. Like people are more traditional conservative and they like to let on and believe. I'm somebody from Texas, and so I'm someone who has like a lot of like traditional and like conservative friends, but not in like the like like not like the girls, what I'm talking about. They not like that, but they're very like, oh, I don't, that's not proper. And so I think that's like a lot of people who are like upset with like Cardi and her being pregnant. But I honestly also love, I'm somebody, who I went to high school, Central Magnetic High School, babe. Look, my yearbook right here. The girls know. And so I love that she's like owning, you know what I mean? Like, hey, like I'm pregnant with his baby, and so is somebody else. I guess is what it is. How was ghetto twins? I guess we have a ghetto twins. Like, girl, what you want me to do? This is my baby. I'm having this baby with him. Love him right now. Like, you know what I mean? And so like I love that she's owning that. Shout out to my girl. But anyway, so going into the girls' albums and then going into like the mess and the drama, because I do want to talk about like the drama that's circling that, and then I'm going to finally get into reality TV recap. We're going to talk about Real Housewives. We're going to talk about Big Brother, and this is just going to be an hour because I don't have a guest today. So, girl, please text me and send me some questions for when we get to the things. I feel like this might be the thing that people know the most about, though. Versus mine. Unless you watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Miami, or Orange County, we in for a lot of conversation. But anyway, so Cardi B had her album. JT had her, I guess, mixtape. I thought it was her album, See Cinderella. Nicki had Pink Friday 2. Gorilla had what, Glorious or whatever her album's called. Meg released like Megan, like those 2 albums. And then Lotto released is it Shakrani Ice-T? I don't even remember what her album is called. And so all these ladies have, sent their albums out. I've listened to all of their albums, and I want to know, like, what are y'all's like faves? Like, what do you say, like, out of all those? I will say, I really like Megan's albums. I know people like say Megan sounds the same in a lot of her songs. That doesn't bother me, girl. Like, I listen to Glee gospel music primarily. Like, I don't care about, like, I listen to the Wicked soundtrack once a week. Like, I don't care about, like, it's good, girl. Like, I'm gonna stay the LOL. Not somebody calling me. Anyway. Yeah. I Ooh, period, period, period. Screams. I do ride hard for Wicked. Megan's was easily my favorite. Cardi's just so funny. Yeah, Cardi had some like, yeah, Cardi had some good songs. And so I want to get into a little bit of the Bia song. So for people who don't know, that it's petty and pretty, or pretty and petty. And so she had to whack Bia because Bia was talking about her. Bia was like, what this all boils down to, and y'all know I love Nicki Minaj. I don't even have my fingers over there. My little bandana. Y'all know I love only on the C's and the B's, red ruby the sleeves, uh Chinese on my sleeve. Anyway, love that song. All these girls got into beef with Cardi because of Nicki Minaj. And I don't necessarily think Nicki told them like go get her. But I think they were like, oh, let me get favor. And Bia, babes, you do funny things, or as my friend Miles would say, like you do silly shit, girl. Like, what do you expect? What, stupid things get stupid prizes? Like, babes. And so Bia got the most attention or streams to her, or listeners to her Spotify, because of Cardi B saying name 5 Bia songs, gun to your head. Boom, you dead. And my favorite jokes about that has been Whole Lot of Money remix, Whole Lot of Money remix, Club Edition, Whole Lot of remix, Disco, like, you know, like the little things, because she did make a lot of remixes for Whole Lot of Money. And I only know the remix with Nicki. And then it's like playing and being like, see, like Chandelier, and like, you know, the songs that Sia is famous for. Hilarious. But yeah, she got super prizes. I don't think she's responded. And if she did, nobody knows. Boom, you did. I don't think anybody knows what her hi Tori. I don't think people know yeah, like what she got going on. And yes, Cardi literally put her on the map, babes. Like, unfortunately. And then JT, now that's the T, honey. And I feel like y'all not being making messy with me, so it's okay. I'm a die down. I'm gonna shift to the reality TV. Nobody knows. Like, nobody knows if she responded. Like, unfortunately, like, we're keeping up with JT. And so JT did not respond with a rap diss. And also, a lot of this is like Cardi is retaliating. These people have been messing with Cardi for the 7 years that her album has been being worked on. And so she put in the music. She put it, what Lotto say? Do you rap or do you tweet? I can't tell. Get in the booth, bitch. Like, and she got in the booth. And that's what we say we want people to do. They say we want people to get nasty, people to get dirty, people to get, you know, then let's do it in the booth. And that's what Cardi did. And so with the JT song, like, she read her down. Like, I don't even remember everything. She was like, you a what, it's like, y'all heard that y'all remember that looking ass song, like, or looking boy song, whatever. Like, it was very much so that. They whacked the hell out of my girl. And I'm a JT fan. Like, anybody who knows me knows I'm a JT fan. I love a baddie. I love a dark, dark skin, black beauty, City Cinderella. I really did enjoy her album too. Like, I think it was like, or her mixtape. I think it was like, Ashton, I'm gonna know, but like, I like JT coming, like, you know, some of the songs that I can remember, child. But she didn't respond with the song, but she responded. JT be on Snapchat hard. Like, JT just be talking shit on Snapchat, and that sends me. And like, you know, Cardi definitely took it personally. For people who don't know, Cardi really put City Girls on the map. Like, she really kind of tried to mentor them. And like, they even, because they wasn't messing with Nicki when they first came on the scene because they were so loyal to Cardi. But it was like, they really was like, hey, like, Cardi really made a way for people who aren't like super talented or super like, or who felt like they were super talented, like for normal people to come on the scene and be like, I don't have to be like that one to be on, you know what I mean? And so she took it personally when JT essentially turned her back on her for what's it called, for Nicki. And I can't think, and I should have got the tweets, but I was screaming and yelling when what's it called? LOL. Jatavia from City Girls. Jatavia from City Girls is JT. But yeah, I am blanking on what like was the first transparent correspondence, but it was about their boyfriends, and everyone was saying, or each other was trying to say, your boyfriend gayer than my boyfriend, XYZ. People who know what's his name, Lil Uzi Vert, whatever his name is, Uzi. That's JT's man. He's non-binary, or they're non-binary. They use they pronouns. I think they might use they pronouns, or people are just disrespectful and use he pronouns, even though they use they pronouns. And like Cardi said on the song, like you and your man share bags, like you and your man share dildos, like this is that. Like she really read her down, like it was filthy. Like she said something about called Brenda, like she really read her down. Like she was like, girl, like you left your friend hanging, looking at this girl, like she read her down, like a little bit worse than Glorilla, who read down, was it Mariah the Scientist, about what is it? What's his name? Young Thug. I get Young Thug and all them other people. I don't listen to their music, so I get them all confused. But whoever's with Mariah the Scientist, who they used to call uh they used to call what's it called, y'all? Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm trying to get us shifted back to the Real Housewives. But like this is just too much tea. Like this is a tea week. Like if you want to talk about tea, this is a tea week, babes. And like there's a lot of things happening. And so long story short, they're beefing, they're going back and forth. JT's like quoting like, well, your baby daddy was like involved in sort of like this, like, you know, sexual, allegedly in this like sexual assault harassment type of like case or whatever, and like justice for the queer man who like like, and like they're like just going at it. But like for I think like 10 or 15 minutes, like people was ready. People was like, oh baby, I've been waiting on this. And people are like, no, get in the booth. And people are like, no, babes, like fight on Twitter and get in the booth, but like keep fighting on Twitter because we want to be a part of it live and in action. And honestly, I saw the tweets and the screenshots and it sent me. And so last thing I want to say that sent me beyond is JT. I guess they were talking about Cardi's album or whatever, and JT gonna say it's the price of a hot dog. We don't care, Uggs. And somebody told JT, girl, you can make yours $1 and it still won't do that. And then she jumped in and said, you can't make yours anything because you're not a rapper. Shit, you're not even a fan of a rapper. Y'all bitches are ugly. I've been seeing the meet and greets. Get the fuck out of my mentions for real. And somebody was like, not you looking at the meet and greets. And she said, of course, they're viral from her ass falling off the bone and her not making eye contact with them. She's being nice not to scare them. She's so sweet. Y'all, this is drama. And I'm here for it. Hold on, child. I'm trying to let me send on my stuff to the girls. Child, I'm trying to make sure the girls get the link. Yeah, I know I'll be doing bad at sending the link, but to be honest, y'all, it's the last Wednesday of every month, y'all. Anyway, now let's get into, let me make sure I don't have anything else to say, child. Yeah, that was it. Let's get into Housewives. And so let's get into let's get into Orange County first, because I actually am really enjoying Miami. So Orange County, I'm finally caught up. So I've been like diddly and dallying because I was like keeping up with like everything that's happening with Love Island. It looks like Shelly and Alondra are no longer friends. They no longer mess with each other. Unfortunate. Because they was really supposed to be booming. They was in New York Fashion Week. Alandria stole the show. She's looking good, baby. I'm an Alandria fan. I was calling her Nick Alandria for so long because that's how I found out about her. But like, I'm an Alandria fan, and like, I think she's using her celebrity really well and pivoting herself into where she wants to be, getting in the rooms. Shout out to her. Anyway, that was all what I was focused on. So I was like keeping up with the Housewives through clips. Baby, I watched all of the shows this month, and I am caught up. I got a lot to say. So first, let's get into what I missed in August with OC. So they talked about what the Big Uneasy. They go to New Orleans. Gina have her little housewarming or whatever. They do a little riverboat. Jen is the lady in the middle. She goes off on Tamara, sitting down for sharing a photo of her, y'all, when she was bigger, talking about she want to be her. Like, bitch, nobody want to be her. And so it was so nasty because she was like, girl, she went to my same gym. She put my hair extensions in her head. She she told her doctor she wants to look like me, which I think that's such a funny read. Like when these housewives are these people with money, you're like, babes, I'm your inspo that you sent to your doctor. You want to look like me. Like that cracks me up. Like that really does crack me up. And so she woke up about that, or she, ate her up about that. Tamara is going through it because her best friend Teddy just got her cancer diagnosis, and so she's acting whatever. A lot of stuff going on. Then we get into Nola Day 2. They do who is this? Okay, perfect. Is this the right link, child? I don't know. My bad, y'all. I know y'all like you can't stay focused for nothing, and they like go back to Cardi, girl. We do not want to talk about Housewives, but yeah. So Shannon, where's she at? The one right next to Katie. She's been going off. Oh, hold on, it's my food, honey. She's been going off on Katie because Katie recorded her. I talked about this last month and the month before. Katie recorded her. And she's like, "How dare you record me? You're there, filthy earth." Y'all, it's not worth all of that. I'm sorry, it's not. Like, she records you, you're on the TV show, and you've been on the show for over 10 years. You've been on the show for over a decade. Like, it's not the end of the world if somebody records you having a meltdown. People know that you're hard to work with, allegedly. Like, it's not a big deal. And so she's like, whatever. Tamara brings up, so Katie, girl, Tamara is so messy, but like, we give her passes because she owns it, in ways like, yeah, I was being messy, I was being nasty, I was being a bitch, I was being da 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 da. And it's like, fair. But I don't know, when do it becomes? You know what I mean? And so she brings up that Katie ran her mouth about saying that Gretchen essentially, what's she saying? Gretchen, the night of Naked Wasted, like I said last month, they tried to get Gretchen drunk caboodles like years ago. I watched all of Real Housewives of Orange County last year, and so that's why it's a little bit fresher in my mind. But years ago, they tried to get her drunk on camera because they say she was giving prim and proper, and they're like, "No, girl, you a nasty hoe, and so we're gonna expose you." And so, they said not only did they try to get her drunk, she had to go to the hospital, and they found drugs in her system, and so that was a big little. Then we got into the aftermath. Kate, they were so nasty. Katie, they went to go get engaged. Standing talking about, I'm not going anywhere with her. I'm not going anywhere with her. And here's the thing. Let's talk about it for real for a second, because I don't want to harp on this. The thing that fails Real Housewives of Orange County is when they introduce or try to integrate a woman of color into their cast. It is too many white women to introduce one and try to integrate one woman of color, because they're going to constantly get like trampled, attacked, fought, like, all these things, like they're going to be villainized. And so everybody knows Katie to be a liar. I didn't watch the show and I'm like, girl, yeah, they say Katie lied about everything. Mind you, I like Katie. Is she lying about everything? I don't know. I really don't care. I don't think it's warranted. Y'all all lie. You all lie. You all have lied on these many of seasons of being on this show because you're afraid of like what might get out with your relationships, with the cast, your personal relationships, or like who you try to portray yourself to be. And so, yeah. And then, yeah, the girls get mad, the girls get whatever. Then fast forward to what happened this month. They go to the Persian party. And so they go to the Persian party. Camille is not a part of this show. They go to a Persian party because Emily, the one sitting down, brunette, she brings up what is it called, y'all? A truth lie detector test to her party. Her husband's Persian or half Persian, something of that nature. And so they've done Persian like New Year's or something like that. Yeah, Persian New Year. And so they did the Persian New Year. They threw eggs, and everybody's like, "Girl, did your house get egg?" Like, it's like, "Girl, if you gonna do it takes me." Like, you don't even like. Here's the thing: when you appropriate a culture, like, make sure, and like, I get it. Your kids technically are like a quarter Persian or whatever, and so like, you're trying to like, but like, really know what you're doing, girl. Like, don't just be doing traditions just because you want to do traditions. Like the girls talk about the people jumping the broom. Like, if you are black and you marry somebody white or non-black, why are you jumping the broom? Something that was supposed to be used, like something that slaves did. Like, yeah, some traditions, girl, like lead to the people who it's for. Oh, such a fucking liar, Camille. Yes, that's how they feel about my girl. Exactly. Brought the lie detector test to the party like it's a party favor, sis. Hello, welcome. And so they essentially asked Katie all these questions about like all these things that they say she's been lying about, and she got them all wrong. Gretchen, I think, got them all right. Like, it was just a lot. Some people lied, some people didn't. And it was just like very amplified. Like, oh, Katie's a liar, which y'all gonna get somebody from the club, because the thing is, these people are profane. They're actors, like they're paid actors. Like, yes, they do have like the lie detector equipment technically or whatever, but like they're not like mind you, like that stuff isn't isn't that not admissible in court or something like that? Like whatever. And so the thing is, Katie felt like it was staged and set up, which it could have been, and probably because like when these people are trying to ice somebody out or get them up off the show or get them off the cast, they do all of these things, and then they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like why didn't she? Why is she leaving?" Baby, y'all been dogpiling me every day, which I don't think I could do that. Like, you know what I mean? I know why my nose always itches when I'm on this show. Or when I'm on camera. I don't know if it's the light or what. Like my nose will be itching all day. I'll be on camera all day, but every time I do this, and I'm like, girl, yeah, and it's pretty easy to fail them. She's somebody who has anxiety, like you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. She could have been lying, but like, and then they were like, oh my gosh, she had like the biggest like you lied the most since we ever seen someone lie. Bitch, you're lying. Like you're lying. Put you on the test. Like you know what I mean. Like whatever. And so then they do some getaway things. And what is it? Tamra takes Shannon, Jen, and Gina to Temecula. Heather hosts like a Beverly Hills sleepover. Whatever. They talk about Shannon being a drunk. Whatever. Boom, boom, bam. Um, and then what they did the stuff in Temecula, Gretchen dropped some OT. Gretchen talking about how Tamara was in the studio. Like, here's my thing about Gretchen. Like, Gretchen cannot stand Tamara. And like she wants to portray that it's like Tamara who can't stand her and like XYZ. No, girl, it's you. You are the problem. You are the villain. You are I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I think it just disconnected, y'all. Uh Whatever. Anyway, I'm back. I'm back. Real quick though, wrapping up. Yeah, Gretchen hates Tamara. She's going to always hate Tamara. She's going to always say Tamara is like, I don't know, like the worst person in the world, and like she's a villain, and she tried to ruin her life. She tried to ruin Slade's life, which like, girl, get away from reality TV. Like you did, but you stayed like in the like you moved into the influencer sort of space. Like I need these people to I need these people to just leave. You know what I mean? Like I need these people to stay out of the limelight, stay out of the whatever. Um, and so all that to say, Real Housewives of Orange County, I am being fed. I hate what they did to Miss Katie. It is unfortunate. It hurts my heart. But uh But anyway, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I Justice for Katie. I think that they saw Katie's reception, which also you can't like, and people always fall in this trap. You can't give into or play into the fans because the fans are going to turn on you. And so by you being like, you know, you're a fan favorite right now, it's not going to last, babes. Like the fans are going to turn on you, and you're going to be embarrassed when they do. Um, I'm just trying to see what's wrong with my Wi-Fi. Yeah, you're going to be embarrassed when they do, babes. Uh, And so moving on to Real Housewives of Miami. So Real Housewives of Miami going into sort of August and then jumping into um what's it called? Jumping into September real quick. So I'm really enjoying Miami. Like Miami just feels like a continuation. It doesn't feel like something changes each season. Like it does feel like the same thing, but like that's comforting to me. It's comforting knowing that like the storylines are going to mix, like the people are going to work. Like it is going to be some off the wild things, but like you know what I mean? Like it's it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like I they get over their fights and they're delusional. And that's all you need to do and be for Housewives for me. Hold on, let me switch to my Wi-Fi again because I think it's working again. Okay, never mind. We're gonna stay on the hot spot, y'all, until I leave to see what's going on. But anyway, because it's working on everything else, but it's not working when I put it on my computer. Interesting. Um, so they go to Spain. It hurts my heart. Goes silent. Starts typing. No, that truly me trying to get this Wi-Fi together. It does hurt my heart. But anyway, on to RHOSLC Miami, real quick, because I do want to dedicate and spend a good chunk of time talking about Big Brother. I got a special guest, so excited for that. Marisol had her preppy party. She invited people to Spain, Sevilla. The girls call it Seville. Like the girls who aren't like proper, they call it Seville, but it's pronounced Sevilla. My sister is texting me. She's insane. And so they go to Sevilla. What's her name? Stephanie. Stephanie, the girl on the end. I don't know how she got first chair. Stephanie's girl on the end. She gets the people there on her private plane. Some people rode commercial, some people rode her private plane, and then she also did private plane from Sevilla, and they went somewhere else in Spain, and that was big controversy because the people was like, "Girl, you're not about to wave this plane over my head like you doing something." When it's a plane, girl, like, hey, I just won't be there. Like, and I like that because, like, you know what, girl? Thank you for joining, Dunny. Hey, I get you. I'm not about to be with no bitch who got a private plane who always want to talk about her private plane and always got to have all these rules. Like, girl, I'm gonna just be. I've been on commercial all my life. I've flown commercial all my life. I'll just go back to it. Granted, these people are living sort of and accustomed to a lifestyle, but like, if it's that deep, I'll have a friend who has a private plane that I ride with. Like, a lot of people do that, and I know about that just working in the industry or adjacent to it. And I think it's so wild because like I've never been on a private plane, and people I'm close with back home ain't never been on a private plane. But the girls really be on private planes with their friends, and like, shout out to y'all. I want to know what that experience is before I leave LA. Maybe I ain't holding my breath. And so yeah, we talk a little bit about everything that's happening with the Spain girl. They at a dinner, fucking Adriana, who's not pictured on here because she's not a main cast member. Adriana called Kiki, who's also not pictured on here, Ratchet. And then she's like, girl, you call me Ratchet, which she probably did. She probably called her Ratchet and Ratchet. Granted, old girl don't really be speaking. Adriana don't really be speaking in slang, but like, okay, like Ratchet has been around for years. And so, girl, you probably said Ratchet until you realize you said Ratchet. She's like, no, girl, I meant Ratchet, but I did say Ratchet. She got a little accent, so who knows? We'll see at the reunion. Jody is texting Larsa. So Larsa is the one in the front, Larsa Pippen. The girl in the back who's like this, that's Lisa, her boyfriend Jody. Essentially, Lisa or Larsa is beefed up with Lisa because she didn't unfollow Michael Jordan or Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son. And she was like, girl, why would I unfollow him? Like, why are you yelling at me to unfollow this man? She's like, girl, I don't follow my grandpa if my grandma told me to. Be for real, Larsa. And so she's eating up Lisa because Lisa like went to like, Lisa's been doing a lot. She's been having a lot with the divorce. And she gonna say, girl, no, you're not. And then Jody texts her and is like, hey, can you just like, be nice to her? And then it just turns to this whole kerfuffle. People are like, girl, why are you texting? Which once again, why are you men, stay in y'all's place, stay out the friends drama, stay off the friends drama. And so then we get to this month's episodes where Lisa like, girl, you gonna marry me to Jody. Marisol do her. I thought no, actually, I think she said that later. But Marisol does her a cruise that she brings to people. Which, mind you, they had a big blowout. Like, what's her name? Stephanie's beefed out with like what's my sister name? Alexia and Marisol, who's not pictured on because they're like, girl, we wasn't gonna get on your plane because you was nasty, you was acting a fool, and so we didn't want to get on your plane. Like, and so she's like, well, why you don't want to get on my plane? I thought we were friends. I don't talk to my sisters. I don't talk to my sisters in the last like whatever years. And like, I see you as sisters, the people who I just started filming with for like 2 months. Get adult friends, y'all. If you don't have adult friends, get adult friends outside of work. and keep your friends that you've had. That says a lot about you too if you don't got no friends. And like I feel like the people on these reality TV shows, I'm like, who do you talk to? And the people who join the reality shows, who are you talking to before this? Like just your husband, just your partner? And there are people like that. Like there really are people like that. But then you come on the show and it shows. And so my thing is, you're on the show living a life that a regular person lives. Anyway, they do the cruise. They show Gertie in her therapy child, I guess. So Marisol's still mad at us. Stephanie's still mad at Marisol. There's a lot of drama about y'all. They still talking about this private plane. And then Adriana said she ain't want to do a birthday. So after Adriana said that Kiki was ratchet, Kiki said, "Girl, you too old to be acting like this. Make their partners their world, especially at a coin, because I guess they show them the world." They said, "Girl, you too old to be acting like this. Girl, you same age as my mama," which like I just think is so funny when people say stuff like that. And like I think it's so interesting. Like, and of course, like people have their relationship with age and like birthdays and things of that nature. But I think it's so interesting. Once again, being on a reality TV show and being on the show for so long and having such glaring sort of like insecurities, which that's what makes them human, and that's what I like about Real Housewives of Miami. Like Adriana really does. Like she talks about ageism and she talked about all these things, and like I get it. And so Kiki put on her birthday cake, happy 32 times 2 minus 5 birthday. When I say Adriana was sick, she wiped that off and she's like, "Why would you do that?" Chased her off, talking about, "I'm not racist. I'm Brazilian. I got black friends." And like, Kiki, "I'm not racist, girl. I ain't call you ratchet." Like, blew it up to major proportions. Larsa, moved to her new house, child. They do Art Basel. They said that it's pronounced a certain way. I'm not that, bougie. I think it's Art Basel, but it looks like basil. It's not basil. Basil is the season, the herb. It's basil. And so then, oh yeah, Lisa gives. Oh, I got a Spectrum service outage. That's why my stuff not working. Girl, Spectrum, get y'all stuff together. Get y'all stuff together. Anyway, Alexia and Todd, like I said at the very beginning, Alexia and Todd are like going through a divorce. Technically, they have like a 3-month period where they're supposed to be like going through a divorce or getting ready for the divorce. Alexia loves her some Todd, and so she ain't going nowhere. She says, my man, period. And yeah, it's interesting. And I think everyone's like, stay away from him, get away from her, get a job. But she's like, I can't leave him alone. I just can't leave him alone. And like everybody was like, keep me out the group chat. I don't want to be with him like you do. I don't want to see you with him like you do. Like, and we tried, like they took her to Spain to get her away from it. They took her on the cruise to get her away from it. Like they're constantly taking Alexia out of situations so that she's not with this man. And what does she end up with? This man. Anyway, that happened. And then the deadline is happening. So like Alexia got like I think to the end of December. I think we're in November or going into December. I think she got to January for like. Yes, child. Anyway. And then that's it for that. And then real quick, I want to get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But my Salt Lake City girls aren't on here. Because I did not. Maybe I'm gonna use the Mormon wives as they picture. What the hell? Oh, child, what's going on? Okay, use the Mormon wives for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is the show to watch on Bravo. It's the housewife show to watch. Second to only, well, no, not even second. Like they're eating up Miami, but Miami is second to only them. And so, baby, they're back. They're swinging. I will give them a better intro next month. I'll have their photo. I'll work on the PowerPoint ahead of time. And so we start the season off. Angie and Mary are hosting an RV glamping trip. They do not tell the girls what they're doing. They have like a little invite, y'all. That's like, it's like a swimsuit or like a bikini, some boots, like a jacket. Like it's a whole bunch of things. They're like, wait, where are we going? They have the girls going to just to RV. Mary is so bougie, so she hates all of that. Lisa didn't go because she had a work event. Allegedly, like they all hate each other, and they was talking about how they all hate each other. Or the lovely Heather. I think Heather is such a great like narrator for the show. Like I think she's, for the most part, I don't like how she don't like Bronwyn, but I guess you don't have to. Um, and baby, when I say they talked about Lisa Barlow every other 5 minutes, like Lisa Barlow's at the tip of this. I be at the tip of my tongue. She be at the tip of my tongue. Wait, who sing that? But Lisa Barlow was getting literally whacked left and right. They were talking about her alleged lawsuits, legal troubles. Like Bronwyn is like, girl, I don't fuck with her. Bronwyn was like, yeah, I did say that I bought this $4 million necklace. I did not buy the $4 million necklace. I lied. But I didn't think that y'all was gonna take me seriously. I said y'all see it on here, and like I was being cheeky, and nobody got that I was being cheeky. But I like Bronwyn. I'm a fan of Bronwyn. And so then the questions that I have from and then they go night hiking to hunt for Molly Sorensen, which is like some like Salt Lake City sort of like what's it called, child? Like myth for the people who are into like I just love Utah housewives. Like I want to be a Utah housewife. Like I'm moving to Utah. I'm getting married. I'm becoming a Mormon, and I'm going on these TV shows. Like, are they gonna accept me? Absolutely not. But like, girl can dream. And so, was Lisa's absence a power move, or something that they should count her a blessing that she wasn't there? I think it was for sure a power move. Like they said that behind the scenes, allegedly, like Lisa was asking for more money before she went back on the show, which like Lisa Barlow is synonymous with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Like I think all of them are in their own right, but like Lisa is the girl everybody loves to hate. She's the one who's delusional. She's the one who's so nasty. She's the one who gets like those one-liners. Like she's the one that they can't stop talking about. Like next to Mary. Like Mary, I think is also a major face of so actually they had to move on without her. Jen Shaw they had to move on without her. Whitney, Heather, but whether like I think people love them ish. Like I think they're kind of polarizing, but like they're not as like is it going to feel like, are the people going to feel what's therapy? Are the people going to feel their absence when they leave? Possibly, but the girls love it. And so Heather draws a line between the lawsuits talk. They talk about sort of the Jen Shaw comparisons. Yeah, like, Bronwyn and them. So like Bronwyn and Angie not feeling Lisa because Lisa's just nasty to them. Lisa is nasty to them. She's gonna be real nasty. Like, oh, I can't wait. I saw a little bit of this episode, but like I tried to skip through it so I can like have some talking points. I need to hurry up and finish this so I can get into Big Brother. But and then eat. But so that's what happened. Whitney, I feel like every season Whitney says she don't got no money. Like I feel like every season Whitney is saying like something is happening and she has to put her money into the business or she has to work. And I'm just like, at this point, girl, just get the money that you got from this TV show. And like honestly, I really feel for Whitney. She's not my favorite. If she leaves, I wouldn't, whatever. But I feel like she really has the hardest out of all the girls. Like I feel like even Heather is like what you want to be as an ex-Mormon, like she's like, I'm not in the church, but like she still has a lot of like that religious trauma that she's like, but like she has a very successful business and like it's what we see, you know what I mean? Like the thing about Whitney is like she's showing you a lot of like what you might have not seen in these other people's journeys. These people who are like successful business owners had unsuccessful businesses and they talk about it. They're like, no, right? We have like a lot of unsuccessful businesses that move forward. But like, baby, the fact that like she always got some money problems. I feel like every season, and this ain't no different. And then Brittany talking about she best friends with Lisa. Girl, I don't know. She a bit thirsty for me in the RV. Yeah. And then the second episode, Law and Out of Order. Lisa comes in swing out the gate. She has a little meeting with Heather. It's like, what these hoes had to say about me. And she goes to Angie and it's like, yeah, girl, like I heard you had a lot to say about me in the yeah, that's why Whitney needs the show. She's like, yeah, I heard you had a lot to say about me, girl. And Brown was like, me, I had a lot to say about you, actually. Let's talk. And when I say I love Rowan so much for being like, no, it's me. And Lisa's like, I don't want to talk to you. Get out of my face. You're lawyering right now. Like Lisa talks and the way she says things just is so hilarious to me. You're lawyering right now. Get away. And I'm just like, girl, come on. And so, cracked me up drastically. And when I say we've been ready for this fight between Lisa and Bronwyn, when she said you got dick, what she said, got sucking dick, motherfucker, whatever Lisa said, and Bronwyn was like, "Girl, how about you like?" She's like, "Girl, go to work, go to school, go to school. You're so uneducated." And she's like, "Get a job because you have so many lawsuits to pay for. Like, how about you do that?" When I say I'm living for it, like I can't wait to watch and rewind this fight. I've already seen the clips of it, but like I want to see it in its full totality. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bronwyn, my girl. And so, and then Heather Bronwyn. So what I did watch, I watched the first half of the show. Bronwyn was trying to connect and relate to Heather, and I think that's so embarrassing. Let it go. Like I think that she is really trying to be like, hey girl, like we had like horrible experiences with Mormonism, and like let's connect on this and this and that. And like I feel like because of her loyalty to Lisa, she's never going to see it for Bronwyn, which I hate. You know what I mean? Like I really hate that, but it is what it is. And then Bronwyn literally like it gives me Sheree following Nene. When Nene was like, "Girl, I had to ask Tyrone. I don't have nothing to do with this." And then Sheree like, "Get your teeth fixed. Get your teeth fixed. They're done." Girl, hell no. I was with you when you was repossessing cars and like. I love it. I love it. And are they as iconic as Nene and Sheree? Absolutely not. But they're greasy. They're greasy. But they're on their way in their own right. High body count hair. And then Heather, I don't know. I feel like Heather is like really fighting, which is interesting in its totality. And I watched like from the beginning to the end. Shout out Shiva Sheree. I watched from the beginning to the end, and I'm like, oh, Heather actually really didn't like Lisa and like really held her feet to the fire. But like since she's been on with Lisa, it's like she's been doing her damnedest to stay on with Lisa, which I think is so embarrassing. But I get it, I guess. And then Lisa talking about holding a press conference. Can't wait. Can't wait. And so done with my housewives. Going to jump into Big Brother. I have a special guest. Let's see if she's ready. I'll wait till she get on camera. Put her off. She's ready. Let me shift. Oh, wait. No, I want us to both be big. Kayla. Hey, girl.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. All right, y'all. We about to talk. I'm about to talk all Big Brother, Big Brother, Big Brother. So, Michaela, where do we begin? I know we just got a little bit of time, but like, where do we begin and talk about Big Brother? Like, I want to talk about like a little bit of the beginning. I want to talk about like where we kind of fell off in it, especially me, child. And like
Let's start from the beginning then.
yeah. Okay. So these are all the house guests. What I love about Big Brother is like, because I did this 2 months ago. This is the same photo I used from 2 months ago. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Don't know. And like, what I love about Big Brother is like, you never know who the people are at the beginning of the summer, but once you get in, you're like, oh, these are my girls. These are my girls, and like, I'm really feeling that. And so I'll go with like my people who I cling to are like at the very beginning. And then want to hear yours. So I like to ask you from the very beginning. She's chaotic. I always watch the first week of Big Brother late, which honestly I think I might do on purpose now because it's just like it's so much going on. Like I have so much going on in life when like the show starts. Let me wipe my camera, child. I have so much going on in life when the show starts that I'm just like I'll catch up the next week, and then like when I catch up, I'm up. And so actually in Showergate, I heard about, but I didn't know what was the significance. Watching it and watching her, I'm like, oh, this dingbat. Like I love her, and she's not even a ding. Well, she is a dingbat.
She is a dingbat.
She's intelligent, and I love that Brittany from Salt Lake City was like, no, bitch, I am dingy, but I'm smart. Don't ever say I'm dumb. And like,
never dumb, but dingbat nonetheless.
Dingbat. Mickey. I thought Mickey was gorgeous. I thought Mickey was beautiful. Blonde girl. Like it was something about Mickey that I was just drawn to. Like, it's something about her energy. She gives boss bitch energy. She's Atlanta. I wonder if she's a scammer. Really liked her. I don't know if I liked Zach, but I remember highlighting him because I thought he was hot. Asian guy in the middle. Whatever. I talked about the two black women at the top row, and that was like my top row people. Bottom row, I think I like Morgan. Did I like Morgan?
No, I think you grew to like her.
I like her on her streamer. But I feel like I wanted to like Morgan, but I never had anything like I was not drawn to Morgan. There was nothing about Morgan that I was like drawn to. But I'm missing someone. So who was it? Who else am I missing? But Jimmy, I know I really liked. I really liked
I was
Jimmy.
gonna say, didn't you like
Amy.
Jimmy?
It was Amy. Amy was the other one. And so
Okay.
like, yeah, I didn't really see it for Morgan, but I like Morgan was aligned with the people who I really liked. And so I'm like, okay, I guess. But Morgan was so far up Zach and Vince ass that I just can't deal with nobody like that. And so I never was a fan of Morgan, but her videos of like, if I'm with somebody, I eat a nigga's ass. Like, it's something about booty. I just love booty. You know, Peggy, I don't know if I'll do that. Get fucked. Oh, like her only, like, that's hilarious. Her in the game, she's doing her thing. Shout out to her. Did not like her at the beginning. Was like, okay, rooting for her. Amy, I love because she was so dramatic. She was crying all the time. Like, I'm like, this dingbat, another dingbat who's dumb actually. She's
very much so.
No shade to it. I don't know these people, but I'm like, girl, like you're not gonna make it far. She didn't. And then Jimmy, I love Jimmy because he was catty, and like I know people don't like that he's like very like staged. Like he's like 26 or 24 or like 23, whatever. And like, I don't know. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Jimmy. Let me know your top. I'm about to go get my food real quick. So it's your top though.
Okay. From the beginning, at the beginning. Okay. Well, you know, just backstory. Like I basically recently, very, very recently started watching Big Brother. Like I was not into this show at all. And I think I really watch it socially, if that makes sense. Like I watch it so I can talk to my friends who are fans of Big Brother to watch it.
I'm so glad that you're saying that, girl, because I used to have to whack you and the white girl. And y'all was like, no, we fans. I'm like, no, y'all are not no fucking fans, girl.
I don't think I'm a real fan of this show, even 3 seasons in, because I think I've only fully watched 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But like, I don't absolutely hate it like I did when I first started it, because I really hated it. I really despised it. I did not like the idea of watching people in a house 24/7 be in a house. Like, I just thought that was just such a weird concept. So I do want to preface by saying I am not like the biggest Big Brother fan. So don't come for me for my opinions. I'm just going off of what I am observing purely as a reality TV show fan. Okay. First and foremost.
Okay, girl. Now go ahead. Who was your top?
Get that out of the way. I loved Mickey Down at the start because nickname twins, because I also go by Mickey sometimes. I always root for everybody black first of all, like before I know anything about it, for the most part. I didn't particularly care for Ashley though, oddly enough. I was just kind of like, oh, liked her though.
From the beginning, I was obsessed, yeah.
Yeah, I liked Will too. I did like Will at the beginning.
Like Will.
He gave like cool dad, because I have a cool bald headed daddy that would do anything for me too. I actually kind of liked Ava too. Like Ava was kind of giving fun.
A lot of people like Ava. Ava was thick.
And she was thick. Yeah, I love a thick white girl. They're so fun. They're kind of stupid, but they're really fun. And then on that bottom row, also the men to me this season were not giving. Like not a single one of them gave me winner. They all really gave loser. Every single last man, pretty much, except for Will. Like Will was just chill.
Yeah, I think I thought that Jimmy, Vince, and Zach were going to go, and Riley were going to go far. I think the rest of the men, no. I didn't see it for him. I didn't see it for Keanu.
Not at all.
Especially the target he put on his back early on. And I start to like Keanu, but he's so annoying. I
believe you have a prompt.
I believe you have a prompt.
He was crazy for that. I believe you have a prompt. Crazy for that. So yeah, the men weren't giving. They were all gay to me, which being gay is not an issue, but I was just like,
I was gonna say lady, now come on.
They were just giving loser. Like they all just really, really gave loser personality. And we'll get into that deeper. And then on that bottom row, I did like Amy too, because I found she was a Pisces. She's the only water sign in that house. So that's why she cried all the time. I'm also a big zodiac girl, so if I bring up somebody's sign, then that's what I'm gonna do. But she was a Pisces too. She was the only water sign in that house. There was no balance in that house, I must point out. Sign wise, it was all fire.
Is Mickey fire?
I believe she's a Gemini, which is Earth.
Oh wow!
Or
she gives
air.
Like me if I was unhinged and didn't care about how I looked up at people.
Yeah. On that bottom row, yeah, I only liked Amy. Jimmy always gave evil gay to me, evil white gay. He actually reminded me of somebody we know, but I don't want to say who because
Please
I don't know if they watch your stuff.
But please don't. What are you talking? Never mind. We'll talk about off camera.
We will. But I did not care for Jimmy because everything that he said on the episodes in particular were RuPaul's Drag Race reads. Like,
a lot of people said that it was rehearsed.
Verbatim. So again, I'm a reality TV girl, so I know random quotes and random facts from other reality shows, and all he was doing was repeating Drag Race stuff and Tiffany New York Pollard stuff. Like, you are not giving that. You are a white gay man from Washington DC who works in AI. Like, you're not. It's not giving that at all. And he's still copying, like, even off camera, he's literally copying a black drag queen's stuff by dressing up as the people from the show now. So I'm like, you're just an unoriginal white gay and you are evil.
He's 26 or 24. So, like, you know, he's growing into himself.
I was about to say something really mean, but I'm not going to say it. Yeah, so who are my tops? Mickey, I did a bracket on Bracketology, and I had Mickey as the winner. But she did not even make jury.
I knew that we weren't going to, and I might be wrong. I knew we weren't going to get another black winner because I'm like, they're not about to keep giving this to us. Like, they're unless Skydance, which they say they're not, unless Skydance, who now owns Paramount, is like F the diversity quota. We're not going, you know.
I think next year is about to be the most male-dominated season we have ever seen.
I will say this: these bitches were male-centered and male-oriented.
Oh, like 100%.
Surprised that we got rid of so many men, and like these girls would let the few men that were in the house run the house. And like, I think that was like the most frustrating thing to watch as a fan. And like, as we talk about like how it progressed, like, and like skip to pre-jury jury. Like, I think that like it was Vince and Zach's game to lose. Like, they centered, and Riley, they centered everything around those three men, and it was like a coalition of them. And so like Morgan was so under Zach and Vince, which shout out to Lauren, who wasn't really under Zach, which I think is hilarious that she was more under Vince than Zach. But maybe because she's like, Vince is not cute, Zach is, and also like, girl, I can pull a dime a dozen. Girl, I go to LSU, like I see many a men who look like him who are hotter. And so
absolutely.
And so, like, you know, who aren't corny. Like, I think Zach was like corny. Zach gave like virgin and stuff like that. So it was like, girl, like, let's come on. Zay, like, what was he, ex-Mormon? He didn't really give it to me, but you know, I know my roommate loved him. But you know, and so like I think, and like, you know, everyone loved Will, but like they weren't playing Will's game. Like, Will was going to be a blind spot, and like he was going to always like. And Rachel Riley's not on here. We love Rachel Riley.
She's not. That was my other pick. Once I found out
Rachel Riley was on my when I found out she was on the season, I was like, oh, I love Rachel. I didn't watch her full seasons, but I did watch them, and I do know the iconic moments. I do know her claim and like her about Britain. Like I started watching Big Brother 2019, and I became a super fan by like rewatching previous shows or previous seasons. And like I think I started with Big Brother 7 first, and then did Big Brother 10. And like, you know, watch back and forth. Like, it's easier for me to watch with people. And honestly, it's sometimes not great to watch the show. It's better to watch it live because you miss so much in the live feeds, and you miss so much of like what actually was happening, and like you're so unaware but like I will say, in previous years, like it was just a little bit better or a lot better with editing. And so yeah, Rachel was also amazing, and like I was like, oh, they're gonna get her ass out, and didn't expect her to be the first in jury. I was happy when she was. So going to pre-jury, who were you most shocked? Dang, we had 30 minutes already. Child, I wanted to go under. Okay, we'll go to 6:45. Who were you most surprised with for pre-juror booths? I think mine was.
Mine kind of was Zach, but he got out at the right time. Because you
Mm-hmm.
said it, you did say it. It was kind of his to lose, his game to lose, and he did. Who else pre-jury?
Riley surprised me. They were so obsessed with Riley, and like, so
Yeah,
y'all, the perception in the house is that Riley was like America's favorite, and I guess
yeah.
because American boy, he's not cute. He does look much better with facial hair. I'm not gonna lie and say he don't. He looks much better with facial hair. He's not fine though. He's not hot. He looks like Vincent Boone, but who's also not fine and not hot. And
Agreed.
let's do it. Let's do a side by side comparison. They look very similar. He looked like a more rugged butch, Southern Benson Boone. And so I was very surprised that they let that white man, they kicked him out, especially the way that Mickey and all them was under him, like Catherine. I think I was surprised with Mickey. I thought Mickey was going to be first in jury. I know that it wasn't looking good for her. And so I was like, oh, she's about to go. But like I was like, oh, she's going to make it to jury. And like unfortunately it didn't happen.
She was talking about jury so much pre-jury, so far into pre-jury. I would have hoped she would have made it at least first, but she was so obsessed with that game that.
And Jimmy, I was kind of surprised.
I wasn't. I really felt like they were gonna get him out relatively early. It sucks that it was on Mickey's HOH, but I think they were gonna get him.
With some of the girls. Like he was nasty and messy. I felt like he was going to be a target with Rachel. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, and I think who I'm surprised didn't go out in pre-jury. I'm surprised Will stayed. I'm happy for him. I'm surprised he stayed. I'm surprised Keanu stayed, but he won his way to the end. Mm-hmm. And then I think I'm surprised. I'm not surprised about Vince. I'm not really surprised about Kelly. Like I knew people didn't want Kelly, but like I'm just like the quirky girl usually does make it a little ways to the end. Mm-hmm. Cast her to be. Morgan's gameplay got really well, but I don't know if I would have thought that she would be eliminated pre-jury. Yeah, I guess that's it.
I kind of at no point had, and this probably is a testament to her game, but I actually never thought Morgan would get out at any point. Like I always kind of foresaw, even on my bracket, I think she was second on my bracket, like second behind.
I saw her as a follower. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was like, there were no points where I thought she would get out per se. Like even when she was in, because there was one point I think it was her and Riley. Yeah, it was her and
Riley. That Mickey was like, "Oh yeah, she gotta go."
Yeah,
and people say she got, like they were going to get her out, and I'm like, yeah.
But I think she's played such a really, really good game that I never thought she would be. If she would have made jury, I think she would have made it further. But also, there was a long period of time where she never won any comps too. So I was like, I don't know how you gonna do what you want to do and then not win comps. And then she started winning comps like right at the right
she lost the walk up, and we were like, oh girl, she's done for. Like I think that's when it was. Oh
yeah,
she's a goner. Like the moment she lost walk up was like, oh, she's a goner. Vince won, but it was just like, yeah, like if you can't save yourself when you're on the block, because she has been on the block, you know. It's Ashley who's been the longest from back to back on the block. Like Ashley hasn't been on the block since the first week, and she's now on the block now. And so like fast forward to Final Four, Final Four. So Final Four we have at the top we have Ava. Ava's the only one at the top who's in, because Morgan,
Ashley.
Oh, and Ashley, yeah. Ashley, my gorgeous. I'm so used to seeing her photo in red that I'm like, oh, who's the
yeah.
So y'all, a little insider on Ashley, the black girl with the straight hair. She's so smart. She has the best read. I don't think I'm that. Like, I think I'm very socially aware. I really do. I think that's one of my skills is I know how to navigate. I do not think I would be as aware as she is in that Big Brother house. She knows. It's like to the point where people like are joking like, oh, they give her a phone when she goes to the diary room, which is where they do like their confessionals. They give her a phone. She looks on Twitter and she comes back and she's like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. She has such a keen sort of like awareness of what's going on in the game. And I think that's made her. I think she has played the most socially strategic game of the season by far. She's so good. Like she's so good. She's so smart. She's so crafty. She's like, oh, I'm gonna play Black Elle Woods. But only difference is, babes, like you're gonna see how smart I am. Like, you know, they underestimated Elle Woods, are gonna underestimate me. And like, I just wish she would have won some comps these last few weeks, because I think it could have been hers for the taking. And I mean, it's not that it can't be. Dr. Will, who's regarded as the greatest Big Brother player of all time, never won comps. I think she is. If she makes it to the final two, she'll have a compelling case. But these people so damn male dominated, and these people so damn like nowadays people are voting on like honestly I do think I can see Rachel being like, no, we're gonna vote for her. I'm giving her my vote, and you're dumb if you're not. She played a social strategic game. Like I think like I hate to say it, Morgan, and then we have Morgan and Vince. Morgan played the best game out of the last 4 left. She won when she needed to. She wrapped Vince like she. But the only thing is, your strategy was Vince, girl. Like if it wasn't for Vince, you would not be eating.
Yeah.
Like you, but she was able to still secure herself safety for like 6 weeks in a row or 6 companies or whatever. That's amazing, y'all. Like people do not do that, and if they do, like they're not liked. And like it's a real bro-y type of thing. But like she's been able to like really leverage her power the right way. And so I think that like Morgan, it's her game to lose. I would love to see Ashley and Morgan in the end. Don't think I will. But Ava turned nasty, girl. The moment Rachel got voted out that house, the girl said, Ava's like, girl, fuck off. Well, I turned on Ava before, once she started being nasty with Mickey. Mind you, I was like, oh, sticky icky. I love the shot of sticky icky. But when she was so nasty with Mickey, mind you, y'all, Mickey is one of the nastiest people in the house. I love her down. But Mickey was just so, like, Mickey.
Ooh, disgusting.
Mickey, like, and the thing is, I don't think she's dumb at all, but I think that she has so much hubris that she thinks she's the smartest in the room, and she's like, well, why would you like me? And she's for the most part a straight shooter. She do be lying, but like she's for the most part a straight shooter, and so she's like, well, I'm not lying. Like very reminiscent of Oz's game to me. Of just like, but she won her 2 cups, she won her 2 blockbusters. Shout out to her. She won that power to steal the HOH, and like. That changed the trajectory of the game so much better, but then she ruined it when she got rid of Jimmy. Yeah. And then it was like, girl, why would you get rid of your ally? It's just so stupid.
I wish you have that picture of her after she won that one block. Yes. You need to put that there and just post, like leave it up.
When Mickey got booted off the show, I stopped watching as much as I did. I have watched the last 2 episodes or like last week's episodes, but like when Mickey got voted out, like, I'm like, what is there to live for? Like, what is there to watch? Like, she was so entertaining by just being her, and that's my favorite Big Brother player. And so I think Nikki, just personality alone, was just one of my favorites to watch in the house because she's just so ridiculous.
Ooh,
like,
disgusting.
Ooh. And like I'm curious to see what life's going to like when but what I love the most about Mickey is that like she's like, I think I'm like just a more generally nicer person, but like I love that she's standing on like, girl, I had friends before I came into this house, now I'm gonna have friends like like I don't need, great if I make friends with these people, great if I don't, like like it is what it is, like and like, oh my goodness, my nose is itching me. And so I think that's so, like, I love it. I love that I love that she's like 10 toes down on who she is. Keanu, like, anyway, so we have the final 4. Keanu and Kelly evicted, like, gone way too late. Like, Kelly should have been gone. I do think I was looking forward to Keanu going further, but like Keanu was just so stupid and so male oriented and so misogynistic and so problematic and just so like demeaning to women. And like, I hated seeing Keanu like interact with women on screen. Like, I hated seeing him interact with Rachel, and then him like, when it was time for him to get out, I should listen to Rachel. Yeah, if you listen to Rachel, your game would have been much better. And like, like, I just, it's hindsight is always 2020, but it's just like, girl, you should have did what you needed to do. And so how are you feeling about like our final 4? I said my little piece.
I didn't think this would be the final 4. I actually had an all women final 4 for my bracket. I keep bringing up my bracket, shout out to it, but it's absolutely demolished right now. I actually had all women in the final 4. I think I had Mickey, Ava, I had Morgan there, and
also 2 out of 4 so far.
Maybe I did have Vince there. Actually, I take that back. I have Vince there too. Actually,
Vince's game to lose. He's a whiny baby. It's his game to, well, not anymore. Morgan,
not anymore. He is definitely. There's a 0% chance of him winning. I believe. Like, I think.
I hope.
I don't think I've ever watched a show where they play competitions and they play games and you become like the leader of the house after 4 times. Like, he won 4 HOHs and he has a 0% chance of winning. Like, that should be considered some type of like comp beast, right? and people still will not
throw that
vote
around. We throw that
to
around.
win. Yeah. People will not vote for you to win. And I think that's absolutely insane. Like, I think that's an
We play such a
absolutely horrid
sloppy,
game.
word mousy game. Like, shout out to Nicole Franzel. Nicole Franzel played the snake mouse game so perfectly, and I think he's playing a game very similar to her. But like, and maybe it's just not well received amongst men. But Nicole Franzel, like, that girl won, and like they play a very similar type of game.
I really think it's because he came in unemployed. Like, you came in for the sole purpose of playing Big Brother, and then just like the social thing, going up to people when you lose the competition and crying instead of just being like, hey, I lost this competition, please don't put me up because I don't want to be on the block. But crying literally anytime you lost anything. Like, there's not 16 other people. There's 16 other people that also lost the competition. So what is your problem, actually?
You're right. I would argue though, like, I think that's what served him. It was the unnecessary alliances and lies and like promises.
He
like
never picked a side.
He never picked a side, and like
Ever.
I'm trying to remember if Nicole Franzel did the same thing, but like I do remember like she was very like, oh my gosh, like please, like that victim thing I think worked in his favor, but it was like the victim and then you're lying, victim and same damn.
And one side tells you something, and then you run to the other side and tell them exactly the same thing that the one side told you. And there's no balance. There's no balance. You are playing a double-sided game, and both sides hated you. And yes, you may be at the end, you may be in the final four, and you may even go to final two with Morgan, but like, it's not looking good for you, brother. Like, it really is not. I think he played a terrible game. I think he will go down in history. Has anybody else ever won like 4 HOHs and not won?
No, because people usually do like what Morgan do, and they play a low, which I hate that, but they play like that. Depending, either they run the entire house, or like how he kind of did, or they play like that low sort of level or low brow game, and then they come out at the end. But they win vetoes, and they like Morgan's kind of stealing his juice because she's won like both. You know what I mean? Like, if Morgan didn't win both. If Morgan didn't win both, he probably would have a little bit more juice on him. But like Morgan won both, and also I think it's because Morgan ran his HOHs, and we've seen
all of them, all 4 of them.
And so it's like, what can you say that you're doing? And like, and then like people have counted it out, like, oh yeah, you're playing Morgan's game, and so it's like, yeah, babes. Yeah. But I do hope Ava get out. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at the spoilers.
I think it's turning right now to Ava getting out. And it really is a shame because her and her gutter mouth really, she had a chance. I think there was one point where I realized before like the Twitter audience realized that she was meme farming, that she was literally doing stuff to become a meme, like new meme pack for you. And like,
and I didn't look at her enough to even clock that, but like some people was like, yeah, that's what was happening. I was like, oh, didn't know.
Yeah, she's literally meme farming to become a meme, to become America's favorite player. And I'm like, what actually is your purpose then? Right, new meme pack for you.
Yeah, like girl,
you're insane. You're insane. You wasting these people's time. You played a floater, crappy game the whole time.
HOH was like default. Like you run a crap shit.
It was by accident. It was by accident. You have an accidental HOH that you didn't even want, and there is no point to you at the end.
You need the money. You got to go.
Yeah,
don't come on these shows because you need the money. I do too.
I do think she played a decent social game, but when she randomly turned on the blacks,
with the white girls, when she aligned with Kelly, and when she aligned,
when she turned on the blacks and Rachel,
and when she turned on Rachel, when she was like, "Fucking bitch, pulled my fucking arm, fucking cut," like that, she ruined it. You know what I mean? It was too much.
It was too much. It was too much. But Morgan and Ashley, I think that's a great final two. That's kind of like my dream final two now. My other two. And I think they both play really, really good games besides Ashley not really winning comps. I think socially she did really, really well. And so I'm happy if Morgan and Ashley are our final two. But we'll see.
Yeah. And I'm so glad Keanu's out. Like, they would have voted for Keanu just for the sake of like, voting for him. Not that he played a great game. And it is like admirable that like he said, I'm coming from every single last one of you and I'm going to make it to the end. So
and I think we need that. I think we needed that because I think it just would have been too nice of a season if we didn't have somebody that was just kind of an antagonizer. And I think I honestly think he was the villain of the season. If we got a villain of the season, I think it was him. More so than Mickey. Mickey just said what
I don't think that they're going to. He's getting America's like edit, like you know what I mean. So I don't know.
He is, but from like the live feed point of view, because the live feeds is a whole different show. From the live feed point of view, he was my villain of the season. Like anytime he came up on screen, I was pissed the hell off because I knew he was about to say something crazy.
Fart. Yeah, like
or fart. Did you say or fart?
I said, yeah, baby. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think, yeah, like I think I didn't like how they all gang piled against Mickey. Like she was just the worst thing. I think,
but what's new for Black women?
I feel like Keanu and Kelly are going to be seen more as annoying, similar to Vince, and like I think the three of them might be seen in that villainous-ish type of light more so than. But I get what you're saying. But anyway, final thoughts. I want Morgan to bring Ashley to the end. I doubt she will, but if Ashley brings Morgan to the end, I think like play bold. It's the end. I don't think they will though.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think that's again my ideal final two with what we got left, and we'll have to see. I will say this is probably, of the 3 seasons that I watched, because I haven't watched all of them yet, or a good portion of them, this is the most unpredictable season, I think, that I've watched. Like, I had no idea where the votes were going to go, ever.
I think in a sense, I think last season, I think was predictable. Like, once we saw she's winning. I think, though, with Taylor win, or was that Jag?
Jag.
Oh, never mind. That was predictable. Before,
that was very predictable.
Taylor season, I think watching Taylor live, that was something that I was like, you just always was on the edge of your seat, and you were so enmeshed in it. I'm sure it doesn't rewatch well, but like I was so on the edge of my seat, like, are they finally gonna get my girl out? Like she needs to go. Like I was rooting for her so bad. I was so happy when she won. So happy when she won, and like I was like, I don't see it for her, but I hope it happens, and loved it. But I say this has been entertaining and engaging, like this second half of like jury of like, oh wow, like who would have thought these people would like, we got a soap opera with Vince and Morgan, we got like
every night
Ashley playing everybody, but like you know what I mean. And honestly, it might be even more tea if Ashley cut Morgan. You know, but it's like, girl, cut Morgan, take Vince. But honestly, it's like, yeah, I'm playing a smart game. Love Morgan, but y'all gonna me versus Morgan. This is not even the real Morgan. Like I think that would be an E, but I just don't think Ashley has it in her to make it to the end. But anyway,
yeah.
Thank y'all so much for watching. See y'all next month. We will be celebrating the winner of Big Brother tomorrow, right?
Sunday.
Boring. Okay.